Now we're going to start with a big breaking news that Werner has joined Tottenham Hotspur here. Werner has joined Tottenham Hotspur on a season-long loan deal and with an option to buy. Now this option is going to be triggered by Tottenham Hotspur when they feel the player has met their expectation. Now Tottenham fans, how do you rate this deal? Do not forget that Tottenham Hotspur joined RB Leipzig back from Chelsea after winning the Champions League. Chelsea felt he needed to revitalize, as well as Werner also sought the need to go back to Germany. Now the striker has made the move back to the Premier League as he feels he needs to be very competitive for the Euro 2024. Now in other news, Chelsea has given Alphoe Gilchrist, the new Thiago Silva for Chelsea, has been given his first ever Chelsea start against Preston North End, and the teenager is one of the best lads for Chelsea Football Club, and is right from the academy. He is somebody who is being rated very high by the staff of Chelsea, by Mauricio Pochettino, as well as Todd Boehly. So he might be the replacement for Thiago Silva. As I'm hearing, Chelsea may not renew Thiago Silva's contract at the end of the season. So Alphoe Gilchrist could be the one to replace the defender when he leaves. Now talking about defenders, Bayern Munich are exploring options to land a new centre-back, and they are now at North London to speak to Tottenham Hotspur defender Eric Dyer. Now the deal is very close. I will call in the next 48 hours, Eric Dyer could join Bayern Munich, as he's spoken to Thomas Tuchel, he's spoken to a lot of Bayern staff, he's spoken to a lot of people in Bayern Munich. He is really keen on the move. He's very interested to go to Germany as he needs fresh air. He wants to start games. Ange Postecoglou has not given him that much time, so he deemed it an opportunity to join Bayern Munich. Now in other news, Kylian Mbappe could be set for a meeting with his parents as well as Liverpool. Now there's a meeting coming up. Liverpool has sent an invitation to Kylian Mbappe. Now they want to meet Kylian Mbappe. They want to meet his representative to discuss and bring to him his contract and his demand. Now if everything goes as planned, Kylian Mbappe could be making a shock move. We all know Real Madrid has been the front runners to sign Kylian Mbappe, but in the coming days, Liverpool are also in a very strong position to sign the France captain, as Kylian Mbappe has been in very top form for a very long time, and he said it to Paris Saint-Germain that no, look, I'm not going to extend the contract. So Paris Saint-Germain needs to sell Kylian Mbappe now. He needs to leave the club now, and Mbappe is now free to discuss his future and also sign a pre-contract agreement with any other club that shows interest in signing him as well. In other news, Jadon Sancho is also exploring interest from Borussia Dortmund to move away from Manchester United, as Erik ten Hag sees him now as surplus to requirement. Remember, Jadon Sancho came publicly on social media to criticize his manager's reaction over his lack of training and mentality. Jadon Sancho called that as a lie, and from August, Jadon Sancho has not really featured for Manchester United. What we're hearing now is Borussia Dortmund are discussing the structure of the deal. As we understand, this will be a loan deal with an option to buy by Borussia Dortmund. We agree it's going to be a fee of around £4 million. Bayern Munich will pay some fraction of his salary, but Manchester United will still have to cover the bigger portion of Jadon Sancho's salary. How do you see this deal, guys? There's also another news that I'm going to bring about Guirassy. Now, who is this guy? Guirassy is 27-year-old now and is a Guinean international, very powerful center forward. He's got very good link-up play in the penalty yard box. He's a threat, he's a finisher. He's got very good hold-up play. Now, Guirassy has scored 19 goals in 16 appearances in the Bundesliga now, and all other tournaments he's played this season. He scored 19 goals in 16 appearances for VfB Stuttgart. Now, this is the news. Guirassy has got a release clause in his contract. He's got a release clause in the contract that from January, any team outside of Germany can sign Guirassy for £17 million. Yes, I repeat, £17 million. He could sign a prolific striker. Now, VfB Stuttgart has tried to convince Guirassy to give him a contract extension as well as an increase in salary. But what I'm hearing now is the players' camp are not ready to sign a new contract. The player wants the move and they are exploring other options for Guirassy. What I'm hearing now is Chelsea is very, very interested in signing the player as well as Newcastle United. Manchester United, there's been rumors around that Manchester United is also very, very big fan of Guirassy. But the understanding is Chelsea are really close as Todd Boehly seeks to seal this deal as soon as possible. But Newcastle could also be a threat. They've had series of meetings with Guirassy, but Guirassy prefers Chelsea. He wants to play for Chelsea. So guys, let's see how this deal goes. Chelsea would only have to pay £17 million to get the services of Guirassy. That would have been a fair bargain, looking at the prices that Chelsea has paid for the lives of Moises Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez and Romeo Lavia in the past. And with the current form and with the current situation of Chelsea and Nicolas Jackson, do you think Chelsea would need to bring in another striker? And which striker should they bring? Should they bring Guirassy? Now, talking about strikers, Victor Osimhen is also in the picture. Victor Osimhen has also been linked to Chelsea, and now this move could be possible, but we could see Victor Osimhen leaving Napoli by the end of the season. He's not ready to move soon. He's not going anywhere now. Chelsea wants to agree with him to sign the contract now, to have a pre-contract agreement to play for them next season. Remember, Chelsea did the same thing with Christian Pulisic. They also did the same thing with Christopher Nkunku. So Chelsea has got that track record of signing on a player and loaning it back to the same club and taking them back again. So what I'm understanding now is Didier Drogba has been speaking to Victor Osimhen. Mikel Obi has also said openly that he wants to be the agent for this transfer. So guys, let's watch out for Victor Osimhen in the next days. Do not forget that the striker is preparing for the AFCON and is now focused on helping Nigeria to win the tournament. So Victor Osimhen could be joining Chelsea, but as I told you, Victor will not be coming in this January transfer window. He seeks to help Napoli to regain their form back and go on top of the Serie A table, and maybe Victor Osimhen will join Chelsea as the deal seems really, really close. Now guys, if you want to know more stories about Victor Osimhen, about Guirassy, about Chelsea, about Jadon Sancho, about the new signing about Kylian Mbappe, do not forget to subscribe, like on the page. On to the next news. David Fofana is very close from joining Sevilla. Yes, the Chelsea player has been recalled from his loan spell at Union Berlin and is now set to join Sevilla. Now, this would be a loan. There will be no option. Chelsea are not exploring any option for Sevilla to buy the player. Chelsea really rates David Fofana. They deemed it necessary for the striker to get experience with Sevilla as well as grow as a player with his confidence. Chelsea are not going to include a buyback clause in this transfer. They only want to loan the player to Sevilla as they see him as a very big prospect for the future. So Chelsea are now keen to let David Datro Fofana join Sevilla on a season long loan. Now to other news talking about Chelsea are also exploring interest from letting Andre Santos to join Strasbourg. Now remember, Chelsea and Strasbourg are owned by Todd Boehly and his group. So what they want to do is to try and give these players some minutes, some time, and to be able to build their confidence, get the experience, and later come back to Chelsea to explore their interest with the club as well